Hey, what's up, you guys? I'm Denny Directo. We are live on ET's Facebook page with one of my favorites,
Hello
Joy
there.
Graceffa. Hello.
Hello.
Good to see you,
Good
as
to see you,
always.
too.
Different hair color this
Yes,
time.
I'm back to my natural.
You are back to your natural brown.
Yeah.
I like it. It's a
Thank
good look on
you.
ya.
Thank you so much.
So as always, there's so much to talk to you about. We'll be also taking fan questions. So
Oh,
while we're
goody.
chatting, you guys, please leave them in the comment section below. We'll get to as many as possible. But I mean, you have a new book coming out.
I
Children
know.
of Eden.
So crazy.
I mean, how excited are you? I know you've been working on this for what, like 2 years now?
Yeah, well, concept, like, the story building into my head to, like, actually making it come to life.
Yeah.
It's been a process, but I'm so happy that it's finally done, and I'm so freaking nervous for
Are
people
you?
to read it because it's like, I mean, more nervous than my first book, I think, because that was my life. Like, it is what it is.
Yeah.
This is a story that I'm just like, I love and I'm so passionate about, and just to have people read this, like, creative baby, it's so frightening because it's like permanent. It's not like online where you can like delete it. It's like there are thousands of copies around the world. Like you can't disappear from that.
And like people are already pre-ordering it. Like they're gonna get their hands on this and read it. And you're right, because it's your first young adult like fiction novel,
Yeah,
right?
it's something I've wanted to for so long. Like I think since I was like a kid. Like I was
Yeah.
like, maybe one day I'll be able to like come up with my own story.
So let me ask you this: have you always had this particular story in your mind? Like, were you always dying to write this story? Or
Not
just...
this one in particular. This has been something in the past like few years that's been brewing in my mind, but it never was like a book idea. It was always like, what's going to be my first movie? And then I was like, you know, a lot of people wanted a storyteller's book. And I was like, well, I can't really do a storyteller's book because the series is already out. Like, it would be weird to go back to a book. So I decided to start with a book, and then possibly it would eventually get made into a movie.
If you guys don't know the premise, which I want you to explain to them, this feels like it could be a movie. Like
I
a book
hope
turned
so.
to, you know what I mean?
Well, that's what I was imagining during the whole process
for
of
sure.
creating it.
So tell us about the world you created in these characters. And
So I was inspired by China's one-child policy, which doesn't exist anymore. But I just like was so fascinated by that idea of like limiting families to one child. So I decided to create this dystopian. It's not even like a dystopian. It's honestly where our future is headed if we're continue in this direction.
Which is scary.
It is.
That's a scary
it freaks
thought.
me out thinking about those things,
a
but it's so
scary thought.
fascinating too.
Right.
So basically, humanity has destroyed itself, but this guy Aaron Albez creates this city of Eden, which is kind of like humanity's last chance of survival. So it's like a self-sustaining city, but because resources have diminished from the world, the government puts in place laws where families can only have one child to keep resources and keep humanity alive.
So crazy.
So it follows a girl who's born a twin, and her family decides to keep her hidden. So her whole life is just like hidden behind these walls, and one night she just can't take it anymore, and the story unfolds from there.
Tell me that doesn't sound like a movie. Like, you know what I mean? I mean, obviously it's going to be a fantastic novel too, but man,
Yeah.
there's so much potential there.
I hope so.
Hollywood, you hear that?
Yeah.
That's a great story. How much fun was it creating that world again? Because this is just coming from your imagination.
Right, and that's what I love to do. I just love to just like have these crazy thoughts come to my head. But the hardest part about it is deciding like where you want it to go to, because like every choice you make like decides the rest of the story.
Absolutely.
So like one wrong move and it could go in a totally different direction. So I think that was the scariest part of it all.
The scariest part was not letting your imagination kind of get the best of you and going like...
Or like having two ideas and like having to decide for your
Right.
character, like what decision is she going to make.
For sure. You've always been such a good storyteller and obviously super creative. Like, at what point did you realize you wanted to do it all, not just videos on YouTube, but also like write a book, for example?
I don't know. I think it's just like I've always had this imagination, which kind of goes into my real life. Like, it's a blessing and a curse at the same time. Sometimes I think my life is a movie at points, and I think, like, I hear a noise in, like, downstairs kitchen, and I'm like, oh my god, okay, so the murderer's down there. All right, what's my plan of escape? And, like, I just come up with this whole thing in my head of, like, what the scenario is going to be.
Right.
Or, like, I'll just be out walking the park, and I'll just see a whole scene taking place. Or, I don't know, that's just, like, how my brain works, but it it can be a curse because I think people are out to get me or something.
You're like, there is a horror like
Yeah.
bad guy
Exactly.
around the corner. Like,
Yep.
yeah, no, I love that though. We're already getting so many comments of people who saying they just like can't wait and that they pre-ordered your book.
Oh, thank you.
Which is awesome. But the best part about this is on the book release, which is October 4th.
Yeah.
You're also you've also created a short film for the first chapter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So basically, I going back to the whole wanting it to be a movie thing. I'm a very visual person, so like when I was thinking of like ways to promote the book, I was like, I want to make like a short film, and I was coming up with ideas of like something in the same universe, but not from the book. But then I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna go for the first chapter and try and recreate that. But of course, like not having a movie budget to recreate my vision was very difficult.
Yeah.
So some things are a little bit different, and that's just because like it's impossible to find the set that I've created
Right.
For a reasonable price without creating a whole entire set.
Because it's like a Steven Spielberg movie. Like it's
Right.
it's J.J. Abrams
Yeah.
like end of the world.
Totally.
Like, in your what's your dream director and dream actors for this?
Oh no, I
future
can't.
film? Come on, let's
can't
put it
answer
out
that.
in
No,
the universe. We got to.
No, I can't.
So you're open to anybody.
I am so open.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because you don't want to be pigeonholed. You want to
Exactly.
Make this happen.
Yeah.
Okay, so were you working on this while you were shooting and writing like Escape the Night, for example?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I
So
have
you had
like
no life.
many projects going on at the same time.
I mean, talk about two different worlds, though, right?
Yeah.
How much fun was that for you, though, and the people you like brought into these worlds?
I mean, it's so fun, like just getting to bounce around to different worlds and stuff. Going from like murder mystery to like a dystopian.
Yeah.
To like also working on Storyteller season 2. Like I have there's like 3 projects that I'm like, okay, wait, no, there's no magic in this world. There's
But they're also so different that they can't. How do you tell me? Could they ever be like? Could there be a cross genre? No, they couldn't.
No,
they're
they
separate.
couldn't. Yeah.
They're so separate.
separate but equal.
Separate but
Yeah.
equal. So Storytellers, a second season's happening right now.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Awesome.
It's in the works with Legendary.
Yes.
Yeah.
And Escape the Night. Any talks about like bringing that back? Maybe. For
Yeah, we're definitely in talks about season 2, coming up with some ideas and whatnot. It's definitely not confirmed yet, but fingers crossed everything works out there.
I love it. I have a couple fan questions already, so let's just get to it.
Okay, let's do it.
We mentioned you have brown hair now.
Yes.
Kelsey wants to know, have you ever regretted dyeing your hair a certain color? And you've had a lot of them. You had so many.
Okay, I do regret getting my facial hair colored. I dyed it green, and it just burnt. It wasn't like the burning of the face, it was the burning of the fumes.
Oh my God.
Because I like didn't realize, I was like, oh, I can handle like burn, but I didn't realize like the fumes were so close to my face, like in my eyes, like I was like, how do I breathe? Like, do I breathe from my mouth or my nose? Like, it all hurt.
Terrible.
Yeah,
it's like,
so don't do that.
It's like when you cut an onion, except I'm sure that's like times 10 maybe.
Yeah.
Like really bad.
Sniffing bleach for 20 minutes is probably not good
That's
for your
not good
health.
for you, I don't
No.
think. I don't think that's good for you. Katie wants to know who inspires you the most in life.
Who inspires me? Recently, I'm like super inspired by Elon Musk.
Wow.
I think he's so incredible. Like I always say he's like our savior. Like truly, I have like so much respect for him. He's like trying to make a difference in this world. So I just support him in every way.
I love that. That
Yeah.
makes sense to me. If you had 3 wishes, this is from Harrison. I love this question. If you had 3 wishes from a magic lamp, what could you wish for?
World peace. What would be my wish? First wish would be to live in like a super cool modern castle.
Okay.
So it looks super like medieval on the outside, but on the inside it was like super modern and like really cute inside.
Yeah.
And
Is that
like
so you can have a room just full of your crystals? Right?
that's my second wish.
Oh, there you go. A room full
A
of your
room entirely made of crystals.
Love it.
It's a cave within the castle. I want secret passages. I want water slides. All the things that anyone would want in a castle.
You want like your Escape the Night set, but for reals, where you live there.
Yeah, but not that scary.
But not that scary. Yeah, no. No
no,
murders. We
no
don't want a murder
murders.
house.
No,
We want
I'm fine without that.
a place I can hang out.
Yeah.
And, like watch Netflix.
And then, oh my gosh, third wish would be to have some sort of superpower to like be able to like bend water at my will,
Whoa.
or like just
Be
telekinesis.
invisible.
Not invisible. I
No.
think telekinesis because I want to show off my power. I don't want to like be hidden.
You know what I mean?
I'm sure that says something about my
Personality.
personality. Yeah.
I love that. Georgia wants to know who's the funniest person on the Escape the Night set. How do you even choose that? Because some characters
I think
there.
it has to be Glozell. Like she was making me laugh during filming. I was like, "This is a serious moment, Glozell. Stop singing out of nowhere!" Like
That's on brand
this
for
is
her.
yeah,
That's what she does.
Truly,
That's
it
what
was
she
so
does.
funny.
Alex wants to know, what's your favorite part of writing?
I guess just like the freedom of just getting to create any thought you have and bring it to life.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like, it's cool. It's scary at the same time, but also it's like no one's telling you no.
Right.
You get to just like free your mind to explore your imagination, and it's really fun.
You also have like a very creative platform to spread a message, you know?
Yeah.
And is there something you want fans to take away from this particular book?
Yeah, I put a lot of seeds to be planted about how we're treating the planet. So there's a lot of that within the story. It's not just a like dystopian thing. It's like, okay, this could actually happen to our world, so let's make sure this doesn't.
Right, absolutely.
So you don't have to go through what my main character Rowan's going through.
Let's not let that happen, guys.
No,
just
let's
not
save
let
the
that happen.
planet.
Let's save the planet. We got so many questions. Are you down? Like, let's
Yeah,
keep
I'm
going.
down.
Okay. Let's see. Amanda. Oh no. Bernice wants to know: are you having another leg for the book tour? That's a good question.
So we're working on dates.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just waiting to hear back.
Yeah.
Like, I unfortunately have no control over the tours. It's all publisher/bookstores.
And sales guys, right?
Pre-sales,
Like
yeah.
pre-sales. Buy the book. Pre-order the book. Pre-order the
Exactly.
book right now. While you're watching us, though. Let's see. Kristen wants to know, you and Daniel are so cute, and I agree.
Thank
You guys are
you.
so cute. What's your favorite thing about being in a long-term relationship?
I've been single my whole life. He's my first boyfriend ever. So, I think just not having to be in the dating scene, I think is like the best
Right.
part. Because I feel like I got into this mode of just disconnecting myself from like having that one-on-one thing.
Right.
So I could never like connect with someone long enough. So it felt like I was constantly one guy to the next, casual dating. But it's just nice to have someone that you can rely on, and like if you're sick, he can take care of you
Right.
and make you breakfast in the morning.
Oh, isn't that what we all want?
Yeah.
Isn't that what we all want? What advice do you have for single guys like, I don't know, this guy?
Oh my gosh, I don't know. I think just make sure that you're ready with yourself, because I feel like a lot of people try to get into relationships when they're not fully ready themselves. And that, I think, subconsciously makes anything fail.
Well said.
Yeah.
And it's worth the wait, clearly, right? You and Daniel look super happy.
Yeah.
There was one question from Kelsey. Angelina. What's your favorite thing to do together?
Favorite thing to do?
Do you guys like go out to dinner? Do you guys,
Yeah,
like,
I
hang
mean,
out in
but
the
that's
house?
like
You know?
the normal stuff.
Are you outdoors guys?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we are. I think mostly just like hanging with the dogs and just like being casual, but also we travel a lot,
Right.
which is really fun. We went to Japan last year. No, this year. Oh my gosh. I want to go back so bad.
I bet you do. Oh
yeah.
my god, I've never been.
Oh my god.
You fell in love.
I feel like I left a piece of my soul when I left. Like I need to go back.
You'll be back. You'll be
will.
back soon.
Yes.
enough. All right, well, you guys, thanks so much for sending your questions. And the book is out October 4th, Children of Eden. You could pre-order it now, right?
Yes.
Can't wait to see the short film. Thanks for coming to hang out with
Yeah,
us.
totally.
If you guys haven't already, which if you're watching, I'm sure you have, make sure you go and subscribe to Joey's YouTube channel. And also be sure to subscribe to ET's Facebook page so you can watch more of these fun Facebook Lives and we can bring more
Yeah.
people like Joey in.
Exactly.
All right, you guys, take care. We'll see you next time.
Bye.